What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about what happens when your house appraises for less than what you're under contract for. So let's just say, round numbers, we list your house for $300,000 and there's data that supports that number. We get a contract for $300,000. All the data supports that the house should be valued at $300,000, right? Now keep in mind that the appraiser is going to have a copy of your contract, and most of the time they're going to do their best to match the price on the contract with the appraisal value, or even go maybe a few $1,000s above. There are some cases where it does come in $10, $15, even $20,000 lower than the contract price, and you have to go through that appraisal with a fine-tooth comb and see if there is an opportunity to combat it, if there are some things that you don't agree with as far as comparables on that appraisal. Now, let's say you can't do that. You have three options as a buyer and a seller. The first option as a buyer and seller is you say, look, no deal, we can't make ends meet or come to an agreement in some way, shape, or form, so we're just gonna say no deal. You as the seller, you need to listen to this part very specifically. If it's a government-backed or guaranteed loan, that appraisal is going to stick to that house for 6 months. So if you choose to do that and not make the deal work, then the next buyer that you have for your house has to be a conventional buyer, because conventional appraisals aren't going to look at FHA, USDA, or VA loans for what's already in the file for that house. The second option is that the buyer is going to come up with a variable of that appraisal versus what the contract price is, whether it be $10,000, $5,000, whatever variable that the buyer and the seller agree to. That's option number two. And option number three is that the seller just says, you know what, I'm gonna sell it for the appraised value, whatever that might be, and move forward with this process. Maybe you negate doing any repairs or some variable there. Just remember that things are always negotiable when one of the contingencies has not been met on the contract itself. Now, of course, you wanna talk a little bit more in depth about that situation for your specific needs. We'd be happy to do that for you. But remember, with Delisle Properties, luxury always comes standard.